What we're doing is we are testing not just Police Scotland but a whole multi-agency capability to respond to a major terrorist incident where there are significant number of casualties. And you know, this is an ongoing process now. Whilst an exercise of this size only comes to Scotland once every 4 years or thereabouts, you know, don't think for a minute that in between times we just sit about and don't actually test our plans. It's an ongoing basis that we continually work with partners right across multi-agency, fire, ambulance, Scottish Government, local authorities, to make sure that Scotland is as well placed to respond to a terrorist incident as anywhere else in the UK. We started planning for this exercise about 10-11 months ago, and in that time we've seen sadly a number of terrorist incidents in the UK, which has resulted in, again tragically, a number of people losing their lives. We've seen the threat level raised to the highest level it can in critical in 2 occasions. So the terrorist threat is real. And we have developed really robust, intelligent plans to firstly, hopefully prevent any terrorist attack taking place, but if it does, that we are as well placed to respond to that as possible. And it's important that rather just assuming our plans are work, that we actually go out and test them, and that's what we're doing over the next 3 days. What we want to do is recreate as close to possible what an incident of this magnitude might look and feel like. We want to recreate the tension, we want to recreate the pressure. So members of the public might see lots of blue lights and sirens, they might hear gunshots. If you do, please don't be alarmed, it's blank cartridges, there is no risk, but it is to recreate exactly the scene of a terrorist incident, and you know, so that we can gauge how our first responders will react to such a scene, and back in the police operations and control rooms, how our staff who are directing the resources and making the key command decisions are going to react under pressure. Across the UK there's only one of these exercises held every year, and the reason for that is just because of the scale of it. Now, I mentioned earlier about the Scottish agencies that are involved. It goes beyond that. So as well as Scottish Government senior ministers playing in the exercise, we've also got UK Government ministers playing, and we've got UK Government departments playing along with the Scottish Government departments. We've got tri-service, police, fire and ambulance from south of the border taking part, as well as a number of military assets from different disciplines within the military. So the scale of this is second to none, and it's really to test not just the Scottish but the UK wider network ability to respond and support each other during a terrorist incident. This is an exercise which has been planned for some months, and it's not based on any intelligence. Currently there is no intelligence to suggest that an attack, a specific attack in Scotland, is going to happen anytime soon, but people should be reassured that we're actually undertaking this exercise to test our plans and to make sure that, heaven forbid, something does happen in Scotland, we can react to it promptly and provide that same level of protection to the communities of Scotland as anywhere else in the UK. I've been involved in a number of exercises over the years, and it's because of exercises like this that we actually develop our strategies, our policies, we amend them, we look to see where we could have responded better, we fill any gaps that are identified, and then there's the human factor. We put people under pressure so that they know exactly what to expect should something like this happen, and they know the pressure that they're going to feel when they're making big decisions, or when they're at the front end and they're having to confront some person that they believe is a terrorist. It's incredibly powerful, but it's also incredibly important that we continue to do it. Well, what we've seen in the UK, and I guess right across the whole of Europe as well, is generally speaking low sophistication but high impact. The use of vehicles has been quite prominent in a number of attacks. The use of knives or bladed weapons, again, very prominent in a number of terrorist attacks. So what we are trying to do is recreate a low sophisticated attack which has high impact, has a high number of casualties and injured people.